So let's talk about this 10.1-inch digital picture frame. I'm going to go over all the different features of it, and then go a demo of me going through all the different settings and how to set this up, and then go over a demo of me using the app, all to help you make a better buying decision for your digital picture frame. Okay, so this does have a built-in 32GB storage. That is quite a lot. It really depends on the size of your images and videos for how many images and videos you can fit on this. So if you have, images that are around 300 kilobytes, then you can fit around 40,000 images on this. So, and of course, if you're putting videos on this, then that will decrease the amount of images you can put on it, as videos will take up a lot more space. What's also nice is you can always decrease the size of your images and videos on your computer. There is software for that, and you can do that in bulk. That way you can fit as many images and videos as you can on here. But if you're only adding a few videos, it's really not that big of an issue. You can put a lot of high megabyte files onto this and not have an issue with running out of space. So really only if you're adding a ton of images and a lot of videos will storage really matter for this. 32 gigabytes is quite a lot. So let's just have a look at this. So it is plastic all around on here. This is the black frame. It's a nice white mat around here to give it a real picture frame look. One thing that could be nice though is just the plastic could be just a little bit higher quality. Of course, usually not gonna be touching this a lot, but it just could be nicer to have a higher quality plastic on it. We can look at the back. So we have the spots where we can mount this on the wall, of course. We have our power button. And what's great about this digital picture frame is we can have this in the vertical or horizontal position. And also when this is on, it'll also adjust when it's on as well, which is really nice. And these little slots right here allow us to have the stand on either the vertical or horizontal position as well, which is really nice. Okay, so if we go to the side of the digital picture frame, we can see our inputs. So right here, we have the input for the power cable. And then we have the micro SD slot. So we can add in another SD card for more storage or to import videos or images onto the device. And then we have a USB-C import where we can have a thumb drive, external storage, or we can hook up our computer to import the images and videos also. So a lot of different ways that you can get images and videos on here. And of course, we can add them through Wi-Fi through the Frameo app. So this does use the Frameo system. Frameo is great. A lot of companies have digital picture frames that use Frameo. So if there is Frameo, you can use the same app to upload images and videos on all these different picture frames, all from within the Frameo app. And the software on the actual digital picture frame, as you'll see, is Frameo, and it's consistent across all other digital picture frames from different companies as well. So the resolution of this is 1280 by 800, common resolution for digital picture frames. Looks great. I've never had any problems with the quality of it. This isn't the highest resolution that you can get, but it is really good quality. And again, it is the standard for a lot of digital picture frames of this size. Also, the viewing angle of this is quite wide. It's 178 degrees, so you can see it from many different angles. Of course, this is going to be in some sort of room, and you're not always going to be viewing it from the specific angle. So having that wide viewing angle is really nice. That we can make sure you're seeing the photos and videos wherever you are in the room. Okay, so let's go over a demo of me using this so you can see all the different settings in this and then go over the app. Okay, so let's go over the digital picture frame and all of its settings. So of course, we'll start with the main screen that you see, the images and the videos. So at the bottom left, so we can see we have this little caption that has the name of who sent in the photo as well as the date. And at the top right, we have the time and the temperature. And we can also adjust if we want to have these displayed on the picture frame. We'll go over that in a second when we get into the settings. So again, this is a touchscreen. We can swipe left, we can swipe right for the different images and videos, which is really nice. And we get the main settings. So top left is the Wi-Fi. We set up the Wi-Fi when you turn on the device first. And of course, you'll need this to get the photos, unless of course you're adding them in through an external storage. In the top right here, we have our different albums. So these different albums are really nice because we can create as many as we'd like and add any photos or videos to them. So by default, we always have an all photos. So all photos that are added to this device we put there. And then we can create as many albums as we want. So this is really helpful. So we can categorize our photos and videos, let's say by the trip, and we just want to show different images and videos from that particular trip that we took. We can just create a new album and then just click on that and it'll display just those photos and videos. So it's really dynamic how you can set this up. So also you're never getting tired of the same photos and videos also. You can always keep it fresh with all these different albums. Okay, and then we have the add friend. We'll talk more about that when we go into the app so you can see just how to add someone to the device. Very simple. And a quick note on that, just as you can see, this is a Frameo app. It's using the Frameo software, and a lot of companies create these digital picture frames and they use Frame, and it's incredibly convenient that they do because this is very easy to use this software, as you'll see as we get into more of the settings, but just for sharing images and videos across different digital picture frames from your friends and family. It just makes it incredibly easy. It all has the same software on the picture frames. So it's just, that's one of the main reasons to use Frameo digital picture frame, is it's just so easy, and we can send photos and videos to all different types of digital picture frames from different companies, all within the app. Okay, next we'll go to My Photos, and we'll display all the photos that we have on this device. And then we click on the 3 dots there. We can see the details for each, display details, add to album. So I'll just go and show you how to do that. Add to album, we can create a new album and just call this Italy, create and add. Okay, so then this photo was added to the Italy album. Just like that, it's very easy to do. Okay, next we have the settings, and this is the main settings page. We have all of these tabs on the left-hand side. Let's quickly go through each of them so you can get a better understanding of all of this. So we have the My Frame, and this, you will set it up with a name at the very beginning when you set up the device, and then you'll set up the location name, language, weather location, temperature, date, time, time zone, first day of the week, 24-hour formats, very standard stuff here. You can just all of that here. Then the manage photos. This is nice because it shows you how much storage is on this. You can see this has 32 gigabytes, and then how much is used up. And then we can go to the My Photos, which I just went over, as that same menu. And then this is where we can transfer from a computer. We just click on that, and we can plug in through USB-C. We can also import photos from an external storage this way, and also export photos. So the export photo is really handy when other people, friends, relatives, they send in photos and you want to back those up. You can export those photos, and you can also play from an external storage as well. Next tab, My Friends. This is who has access to the device. Go into the gears, and when someone connects to the device, you can give them permission, such as allowing this friend to share the code to this frame to manage photos from this frame. So you can give those different permissions, which is really nice. Next, we have the display, self-explanatory. We have the brightness as well as the sleep mode. Sleep mode is really nice. That way we're not wasting electricity. Of course, when we're asleep, we're not gonna be viewing this. So we can have this turn off at a specific time and wake up at a certain time for specific days of the week. Then we have the slideshow, very comprehensive settings here. So of course the timer, 5 seconds to 24 hours, as well as a custom timer. And then fill to frame. We'll go over more about that, as well as the frame background when we edit image, but these settings for this are here. And then we have the photo display order, and then we have the widgets. So as mentioned, we can adjust these on the actual frame. Go ahead and show you that right now. Just turn all of these off. The weather, the clock, the profile photo, and the caption. We can go to settings, and then we can see we just have the image without any of the widgets. So we'll go back to the settings, back to slideshow, and then we have the collage. So go ahead and turn that on, and we can set the amount of images that are in a collage, 2 to 6 photos. Usually I just keep it as a single photo, but you can do the collage mode as well. Go ahead and show you what that looks like as well. So there we go, we have 3 photos in a nice collage. Go back to the settings, back to the slideshow, go ahead and turn that off. Then we have our video settings, video volume, the video playback, whether we just want it once or multiple times. And then we have an autoplay, so when it goes to the video, it'll automatically play. We have an auto mute as well after 10 minutes. We have the Wi-Fi section. Again, this was set up in the beginning when you turn on the device. You can also change Wi-Fi if you'd like to, and it gives you the signal strength. Then we have the notifications. Sound will play on the device for all of these different things that happen. So this is really nice. I like to keep this on. So if someone sends a new photo, we get this notification just sitting on the couch. It's always nice to see a new photo. Then we have the backup and restore finally. So we can do a cloud backup, and we can set up external storage backup as well. We can also restore from a backup and then reset the frame. So those are most of the settings. Go back to the main menu here. We have add to album, same function as in the My Photos. And then we have the adjust. So go ahead and click that. This is where we can edit the images. So as the fit to frame, as I was talking about, and the blur background. So we go ahead and click on this. And now we can see that we have blurred sides for this because we're fitting into the frame. So we're not cropping in to fill the frame. So this Depending on the orientation of the photo or video that you took, you'll either have a blurred background, and this blurred background is just a enlarged, blurred version of the main image that you have here. And this looks a lot better than having, black or white on the sides. Okay, and then we have captions. The captions can only be edited by the sender of the photo. You can send in captions from the app. The captions will show up right there. And we can rotate the image. And all of these options up here, they apply to just this image, which is really nice. So we can make manual adjustments to each. You can also make adjustments before you send them to the device as well. So you don't have to do it on the actual device. Okay, and click the check mark and you're good to go. And the last few functions here, react. So if someone sends in an image or a video, you can use an emoji and they'll get that reaction back as well. And then finally, we have the hide and delete, just like in the My Photos. Really easy to hide and delete an image from here. And this is how I usually hide and delete images. So as you can see, really easy to set up, a lot of settings that are really self-explanatory. You can customize this as much as you want and get the exact setup that you want for your digital picture frame. Okay, so who is this digital picture frame for? Really, this is for anyone. With digital picture frames, just in general, they really help you relive the moments. Of course, just with a single photo framed on your wall, you of course relive the memories, but just having just a slideshow and having videos, it really just helps you relive those memories, and it is a more submersive experience in my opinion. So friends, families, relatives, anyone, this will work really great for. And this isn't just for personal use. If you have an office building, this is great as well, just to show off your business, the products, just about your company. This would work really well in some office settings as well. So this is absolutely a digital picture frame worth picking up in my opinion.